Welcome to the 151st Annual Commencement for the University of Utah, taking place virtually this year. We are honored you could join us. Elizabeth Peters from the University of Utah School of Music will now sing the national anthem, followed by remarks from University of Utah President Ruth Watkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets hit glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the fair and the home of the brave.
Hello, class of 2020. I want to begin by acknowledging the disappointment you feel. We all feel right now. With all my heart, I wish we could be at the Huntsman Center, marching in together, several thousand strong, listening to the applause and cheers of your friends, family, and supporters. This is not the commencement you anticipated all the years you were working hard on your degrees. And it is not the joyous celebration we wanted to give you. But let me be clear about what matters. It is not the pomp or the unusual circumstances we find ourselves in. What matters is this: you did it. You set your eyes on a finish line. You worked hard and steadily. You persisted in an unprecedented situation to reach your goal. That is fortitude. That is character. We are so proud of the resilience and determination you have shown. A remarkable achievement in any year, but even more so this spring. You truly deserve all the accolades and praise we can give you in this unsettling and unbelievably challenging moment. We hope you are able to share this virtual celebration with friends, family, and those who have supported you during your academic career. And we look forward to celebrating with you in person in December at the college convocations. As we begin this virtual celebration, I would like to acknowledge all of those who join me in congratulating you on receiving a degree from the University of Utah. Members of the State Board of Regents, David Wolstenhume, Commissioner of the Utah System of Higher Education, our Board of Trustees, the Deans and Directors of the university's schools, colleges, and museums, members of the President's Cabinet and University Administration, and leaders of the Associated Students of the University of Utah. Class of 2020, you are the first class to graduate since our recognition as a member of the Association of American Universities, making us one of the country's 65 leading research universities. Our membership is a direct reflection of you, your intellect, your talent, and your passion for making a difference in the world. Your wide-ranging interests reflect the educational diversity of this university. Among you are artists, computer scientists, educators, entrepreneurs, healthcare providers, historians, policymakers, musicians, researchers, and scientists of the future. If there is a lesson in the worldwide events that have taken place this semester, it is this: we need you, now more than ever, to help solve the great challenges before us and to chart a bright path to the future. With a degree from the University of Utah, you are well equipped for that task. Each of you contributed to a rich, diverse, and vibrant campus during your time at the U. We appreciate your dedication as scholars, your enthusiasm for learning, and your interest in improving society. In total, we celebrate 8,628 graduates this year. You represent 27 Utah counties and all 50 states, and also 59 countries. The oldest graduate of this class is 69. Our youngest graduate is just 19. There are 321 veterans receiving degrees this year, among them Gary Jarvis. Gary, who is from Belgrade, Montana, was a junior in high school when he set his sights on joining the Air Force. He knew that military service, followed by a college degree, would provide a solid foundation for his life. So, first things first, Gary joined the Air Force as a B-1 bomber aircraft mechanic. Between 2009 and 2015, he deployed 3 times to the Middle East. At the conclusion of his military service, Gary enrolled in an online sociology program at another university. He found the transition to civilian life harder than he expected. Gary realized he needed structure, support, and stability of being part of a campus. And that led Gary to the University of Utah. Today, Gary will graduate as a double major in sociology and health, society, and policy. While attending the U, Gary made the most of his leadership skills and his work ethic, the skills he acquired in the military through associations with the Veterans Support Center and the National Center for Veterans Studies. What's next for Gary? A well-deserved pause and then graduate school in order to pursue a career in healthcare administration. But again, first things first. Gary will marry his best friend this September. Double congratulations, Gary. I want you to know that we appreciate your service to our campus and to our nation. Now I ask those of you watching to take a moment to offer thanks for other veterans among our graduating class and those in our community who have served our country. Thank you, veterans. Graduates, before this moment, you may have wondered if you had the intellect, the focus, and the dedication to be a college student. Today, you can answer that question with a solid yes. Think of the challenges you have faced and how much you have grown in intellect, experience, and strength of character since arriving on our campus. In the first semester of her freshman year, Shania Morningstar Chi of Monument Valley, Utah, wondered what she was doing on such a huge campus. You may relate to that yourself. She felt alone and without many friends. It took just one semester for Shania to find a home away from home here, to begin knitting a supportive network of friends, staff, and faculty, to begin building the relationships that can last a lifetime. Shania, who engaged in many traditional activities while growing up on the Navajo Nation reservation, brought a strong work ethic and a passion for community engagement to our campus. She's participated in the Intertribal Student Association and represented our university as Miss American Indian Woman Scholar 2019 and 20. As an anthropology major, she embraced the opportunity to be a research assistant and to apply her newly cultivated knowledge to better understanding natural resource use on the reservation. Shania now wants to give back by investing her time and expertise in building the next generation, the young people in her community. Shania will be a change agent for good, which I know will be true of many of you. You care deeply about people, issues, causes, and creating a better world. Each of you has your own extraordinary story of success, of the experiences at the U that opened your eyes to the many possibilities life has to offer. That is certainly true of Mitchell Kenny of Sandy, Utah, who is receiving a degree in finance with a minor in Italian. In his first year at the U, Mitchell enrolled in the Business Scholars Program through the David Eccles School of Business. In year 2, Mitchell became an Eccles ambassador, mentoring first-year students. The ambassadors traveled to Guatemala over spring break to see how businesses operate in that part of the world. The trip expanded Mitchell's knowledge and understanding of the intersections of business, policy, and nonprofit sectors, a perspective brought into sharper focus as Mitchell got involved with ASUU and served as a presidential intern. Mitchell says these opportunities have culminated in his plan to attend law school, where his diverse experiences are likely to come together in ways we and he can't now imagine. That is one of our hopes for each of you, that here at the U, you have allowed your academic journey to unfold in unexpected ways, making discoveries and connections that open new possibilities and ways of approaching your life, your career, and our world. Graduates, I know you are so relieved to have reached this point, but I have one more assignment for you. I know many of you are also feeling deep gratitude today to all who supported you and offered encouragement as you pursued your degree. I encourage you to take time to offer an expression of appreciation to the family and friends, faculty and staff who helped make this day possible for you. Let me offer my own gratitude to all of those who supported our graduates. And now we will hear from Dan Reed, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, who will highlight our faculty award recipients.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to recognize the extraordinary faculty being honored this year for mentoring students and for advancing research and scholarship at this institution. They challenge, they mentor, they inspire, and they elevate those around them. These award recipients come from across our campus. And in addition, we also honor an outstanding public school teacher, one selected by our College of Education. Each honoree is highlighted in the video you're about to see. I'm now delighted to announce the recipient of the Rosenblatt Prize for Excellence, the highest honor the University of Utah can bestow upon a faculty member. The prize recognizes achievement that transcends the ordinary in teaching, research, and service. The Rosenblatt Prize is awarded by the President of the University of Utah based on the recommendations of a distinguished selection committee. The 2020 recipient of the Rosenblatt Prize for Excellence is Martha Bradley Evans, Dean of the Office of Undergraduate Studies and Senior Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Bradley Evans has shown resiliency and determination in rising to the highest levels of her profession and making an indelible mark on the University of Utah. The breadth and depth of her contributions has led some to call her a woman for all seasons. In addition to her current role, Bradley Evans has served as a LEAP instructor, as a professor in the College of Architecture and Planning, and as Dean of the Honors College. In fact, she transformed the Honors Program into the Honors College. And while Dean, she raised nearly $7 million, tripled student participation, and laid the foundation for the Marriott residential housing community. She's led the creation of numerous programs, all dedicated to enhancing student success and degree completion. These include the LEAP program, the Student Success and Empowerment Program, the Praxis Lab, the Dream Center, the Block U program, the Sophomore Rise and Exceptional Educational Experience Initiatives, the Inclusive Excellence and Engagement Offices, and the Transfer Pathway Project. Through these and other programs, Bradley Evans has played a major role in the U's increase in graduation and retention rates. Her excellence as a teacher, she's taught more than 10,000 students over her career, and she's been recognized with numerous awards, including the university's Distinguished Teaching Award, the University Professorship, and the Student Choice Excellence in Teaching Award. She's continued as well to be a prolific scholar while serving as a professor and administrator, with 12 books, dozens of journal articles, and more than 100 presentations on cultural and historical aspects of Utah and Mormonism. Her scholarship is regarded as path-breaking. Bradley Evans has also shaped the architectural landscape of our campus, contributing to efforts that resulted in preservation of multiple university properties, including the Honor Center at Fort Douglas and the Sterling W. Sill Center. Dean Bradley Evans once said she tries to instill in her students the passion and fire she felt as an undergraduate student, the drive to know everything and to make a difference. Dean Bradley Evans, my friend and colleague, you have done that and much more. Congratulations, Dean Bradley Evans, our 2020 Rosenblatt Prize recipient. And congratulations as well to all of this year's faculty honorees.
I'm Lori McDonald, Vice President for Student Affairs, and it is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Baccalaureate students graduating with honors and those nominated by their college were invited to submit a written essay for consideration by a selection committee of students, faculty, and staff. 52 students were considered to represent the class of 2020. All of the finalists' speeches were outstanding, but Miranda Stewart was the unanimous choice of the committee. Miranda, who comes to us from Lincoln, California, is graduating today with degrees in sociology and international studies. Here is Miranda Stewart.
Good evening, President Watkins, distinguished guest Mr. John Warnock, faculty, and fellow students of the class of 2020. I would first and foremost like to offer you a resounding congratulations. Milestones of great magnitude are always worth celebrating, regardless of circumstance. But they're also sobering, and even more so now. What this moment means for each of us moving forward cannot be overstated. As such, I've determined that this is the best time to have a little talk with you about hermit crabs. Now, I had a small hermit crab army as a kid, and one of the coolest things about them to me was the fact that throughout their lives, they're constantly changing their shells. The shell changing process sounds simple. Hermit crab grows until it begins to feel tight and uncomfortable, and then it leaves that shell to find a new one that fits better. The problem is that being without a shell is described by scientists as being stressful for the crabs, and it is as worrying as it is dangerous. Those shells are not only their places of comfort, but also their protection, their shield from the precariousness of the world. Until a crab finds a new shell that can accommodate its growth, it is vulnerable. Admittedly, at times I have felt a lot like a hermit crab. Probably the most powerful instance of this occurring in my life took place at my first university. I did not come to the U as a bright-eyed freshman, and when I entered that school, I had the same shell I had worn for most of my life, as I'm sure many of us did when we stepped foot on our first campus, be it the U or elsewhere. But over time, new experiences and realizations caused me to grow, and I began to feel uncomfortable in that same old shell. But where I was not allowed to leave it. That shell was the one I had been accepted in, and unless I wanted to endure some pretty serious backlash, it was the only one I would be permitted to wear. And I tried. I tried to keep myself small, but I couldn't suffocate forever. I decided to risk the vulnerability of living without a shell until I could find one that would hold the version of me into which I had grown. Long story short, that is why the University of Utah is held so dearly in my heart. When I came here, I came on the heels of discouragement and punishment, and when I arrived, I was met with acceptance. It took a leap of faith, and all of you, our professors, our connections, and our culture, you caught me. There are as many University of Utah experiences as there are students at the school, but if your experience here has been anything like mine, then the shedding of our shells has been celebrated rather than suppressed. And the various opportunities and the spirit of the U have encouraged you to grow as much and in as many ways as possible. If your experience here has been anything like mine, you have always had somebody in your corner. Seeing as we're humans and not hermit crabs, the shells we have had to leave do not look like shells. For some, they have looked like friendships or relationships. For some, they have looked like career choices that do not actually fit with who they are. For some, they have looked like closets. Our shells, however, are not always left voluntarily, and many things have forced us to grow more quickly than we had anticipated. Horrendous tragedies have broken our hearts. Disappointment and frustration have plagued our conversations. We have reached for each other in times of fear and held each other in moments of weakness. These things have taught us how to move forward when we weren't ready to leave our shell. As new graduates, we expect to be in a position of uncertainty about the future, but none of us could have expected that this occasion would call for the individual and collective strength that it now has. That in mind, I would like to finish my remarks with the same sentiment I intended to convey before our plans for this day turned upside down. As we part from each other and from this university, it is my hope that we always find the self-respect to recognize when our shells are too small, and the courage to move through uncertainty onto a better fit. Be honest about whether you are allowing yourself to expand. If you find that you are not, may you understand that the vulnerability you display while you search for your new shell is not weakness, but proof of growth. It is additionally an act of ultimate care for others to understand that their growth is not up to us. We do not get to decide when or how the people in our life grow, nor do we get to determine what is right for them once they have. The best thing we can do as friends, as partners, and as people is to value empathy and acceptance more than we value the status quo. It has been a pleasure and an honor to grow with all of you and to have felt your support and offer mine in return. I may have taught you more about hermit crabs today than you wanted to know, but you have taught me, without a shadow of a doubt, that the class of 2020 is intelligent, empathetic, brave, and resilient. Please continue to carry those strengths with you wherever you go from here, to whichever shell you choose next. Seek out the ones that will hold all that you are, and do not make yourself small. We are called the mighty Utah students for a reason, and that is not something you leave behind when you close this chapter. Remember that.
Thank you so much, Miranda. What a wonderful and appropriate message for this moment in time. It is now my pleasure to invite David Burton, Chair of the University's Board of Trustees, to confer this year's honorary degree.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. Although we are not able to celebrate you in person this evening, that in no way diminishes our admiration for your accomplishments and our hope for a bright future for each one of you. On the occasion of this annual commencement, the University of Utah confers honorary doctoral degrees on individuals whose service to country, education, professions, business, government, the arts, and good causes is of such high order and significance as to warrant this honor, this highest recognition given by the university. On behalf of the university's Board of Trustees, I am delighted to introduce this year's recipient, an individual who is truly worthy of this prestigious recognition, Dr. Kristen Reese.
I got really interested in medicine when I was very young, and it was from mostly reading. Just had here a book that I still have, and it's called Great Adventures in Medicine from 1952 when I was 12, which I can't believe I was reading that then. And it was all about the history of medicine, and it had a lot to do with epidemics, and that's what I got really excited about in my teens.
Dr. Kristen Reese's passion for medicine held strong through her youth. Following undergraduate and master's degrees from Pennsylvania State University, she went on to medical school at Drexel University. Residency, fellowship, and a faculty position in infectious diseases were soon added to her resume. Then she accepted a position at Indian Health Services in South Dakota.
Medicine was very, very different there. In fact, we had to even then take and develop our own x-ray films. And it's there that I really learned how to give the best buck for your medicine when you didn't have any bucks. We had very little money, and so we had to take care of the people the best way possible with the small amount of money we had.
In 1981, Dr. Reese found her way to Utah with the ambition to treat more people with infectious diseases. On the day she arrived, the CDC released a report about a new infectious disease, primarily affecting gay men. Her compassion and care for individuals led to the creation of Utah's first comprehensive HIV/AIDS program. For many years, Dr. Reese and Maggie Snyder, her physician assistant and eventual partner, were the only medical professionals willing to treat AIDS patients in Utah.
Most physicians refused to take care of these patients. And I was really inside very angry, but I didn't have time to show it or do it because I sometimes needed their help, and I could always talk them into doing their little part of the piece.
Her unique style of medicine created a stronger bond with her patients that often led to better treatments.
I just think that if you really listen to the patient and get to know them more intimately and hear their stories, you almost always get your diagnosis very easily because they'll tell you what's wrong with them and they'll tell you what they're willing to do about it, and you just have to follow their lead.
When Holy Cross Hospital in Salt Lake City sold, Dr. Reese joined University of Utah Health. She brought 500 patients with her and set up the HIV clinic. The infectious diseases clinic she created is still operating today.
The University of Utah was really one of the best things that happened for the patients in the end because it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we needed a bigger stance in the community. The people that we needed the most, radiologists, surgeons, microbiologists, it all became a part of a big umbrella and team of trying to work together.
Surrounded by caring professionals, she learned one of the great principles of success.
You always need a team. You can't always do it yourself. And if you share with people and do things more as a team, it's a lot better.
Dr. Reese's humanity and courageous caring for underserved people cannot be overstated. In 1988, she was named as one of Newsweek magazine's unsung heroes. She has been recognized by the University of Utah's School of Medicine, Utah Department of Health and Human Services, People with AIDS Coalition of Utah, and Utah's Medical Association. Hers is a lifetime of caring that began with the love of reading and a medical book.
In consideration of her remarkable career as an infectious disease physician and professor emerita of internal medicine, and in recognition of her early commitment to providing compassionate health and care service for underserved populations, including the Lakota Sioux in Rosebud, South Dakota, and individuals in Utah with HIV/AIDS, treating and caring for them at a time when other doctors declined them as patients, and in tribute to her work to create Utah's first comprehensive HIV/AIDS program, and that she extended care for HIV/AIDS patients by helping establish a treatment clinic in St. George, and in appreciation for her service as president of the medical staff for the University of Utah Health Clinics, as the clinical director of infectious diseases HIV/AIDS at U of U Health, and in praise of Newsweek's magazine naming her one of America's unsung heroes. The University of Utah, with the approval of its Board of Trustees, presents Kristen Reese with the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Dr. Reese, and congratulations again to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Chair Burton. And please let me offer my warmest congratulations to Dr. Kristen Reese. What an appropriate time to recognize your career accomplishments. It is with great appreciation that I get to acknowledge Anna Marie Barnes, the 2019-20 president of the Associated Students of the University of Utah. Anna, you have done a remarkable job in representing our student body. Thank you for all you have done. Anna has the privilege today of introducing our commencement speaker.
Thank you, President Watkins. It is an honor to address the class of 2020 for a moment and to introduce our keynote speaker, John Warnock. As the outgoing student body president and student trustee at the University of Utah, it has been my honor to serve as your advocate and your representative this year. Although this is not how we imagined concluding our time at the U, make no mistake, this is a joyous occasion. The dedication you have all demonstrated by finishing your degrees fills me with hope that this class of graduates will lead our society through this uncertain time. I've connected with thousands of students during my presidency, and I've seen the resiliency and the strength of our graduating class up close. I am proud of the fortitude we have demonstrated as a class of 2020, and I am confident that we will continue to confront the future with courage and resolve. Now it is my honor to introduce our 2020 commencement speaker, John Warnock, the visionary co-founder of Adobe Inc. Dr. Warnock received 3 degrees from the University of Utah. After graduating from the U, he worked at such companies as Evans and Sutherland Computer Corporation, Computer Sciences Corporation, IBM, and Xerox's Palo Alto Research Center, all at the leading edge of innovating new technologies. He left Xerox to start Adobe with Charles Geschke, drawing on his knowledge, his vision, and his passion to launch a business that revolutionized graphics, desktop publishing, and electronic document technologies. These are all technologies that we have benefited from and put to creative use during our years at the U. Dr. Warnock has received many prestigious awards, including an honorary doctorate from the University of Utah and the National Medal of Technology and Innovation from former President Barack Obama, one of the nation's highest honors for scientists, engineers, and inventors. Dr. Warnock is an inspiring example of how a University of Utah degree can empower a person to change the future. Like Dr. Warnock, each of us is capable of making a true difference in our communities and in the world. Dr. Warnock, thank you for showing us what is possible.
Congratulations to the new graduates. It is an honor today to speak to you even though it is under such unfortunate circumstances. I'm a native Utahn. I grew up in Utah and received my formal education from the University of Utah, and I'm proud to have had a connection with the university for many years. I would like to take a moment to relate a story about my early education. When I entered high school, my future did not look promising. After taking an aptitude test in the 10th grade, a counselor, following up on the results of the test, asked what I intended to do in the future. After telling him I would like to go to college and maybe study engineering, he informed me that I had no aptitude for anything technical and that I should look to do something else. I think he suggested I should become a cheese wrapper since the aptitude test indicated I worked well with my hands. In high school, George Barton, a math teacher, changed my life. He was motivating, he taught his students how to learn and how to be focused and how to work and solve problems. His approach was really quite simple. He instructed us to pick up a college-level textbook for algebra, solve every problem in the book, then move on to the next subject, trigonometry, and do the same. And after that, go on to analytic geometry. By following his advice and solving a lot of problems, my grades in math and all other classes improved, and I went from C's to A's and B's. An interesting note is that 40% of my classmates in Mr. Barton's classes went on to earn advanced degrees. One of my classmates, Joe Taylor, earned his PhD in 4 years after exiting high school and beginning college, and he eventually became the head of the mathematics department at the University of Utah. The whole experience taught me teachers have an enormous effect on their students. I hope in your educational experiences, you have encountered great teachers and mentors. It is interesting to note the changes I have observed and experienced over the last 50 years in information technology have been totally unpredictable and, quite frankly, mind-blowing. Things that were thought to be impossible have materialized over the years. The changes over the coming years will probably be much greater and even more consequential for all of our lives. To manage this evolution, the world needs an educated and informed populace. Today, you are being honored and have earned the right of becoming part of that group. Because of the rapid progress in information and technology, your need for education, constant learning, and understanding of the world will be never slow down or pause. Continuing education will be with you for the rest of your life. Let me give you 3 examples of how the world of technology has evolved. The phone in your hand is just a remarkable small computer that is roughly 400 times more powerful than the computers that were used to put a man on the moon in 1969. The second change started in Utah in 1969 with a project that has transformed the world. At that time, the University of Utah had a very large, desirable computer research contract with the government's Advanced Research Projects Agency. It was called ARPA and was started by the Eisenhower administration in response to the Russians launching the Sputnik satellite. The research at Utah was led by Dr. David C. Evans. Dave was my PhD thesis advisor. His research project focused on man-machine interaction, in other words, computer graphics and interactive computing. About 15 other renowned universities and research labs, including MIT, Harvard, UCLA, University of California at Berkeley, Stanford, University of Illinois, Carnegie Mellon, Rand, and Stanford Research Institute, and others also had ARPA contracts. Together, these contracts covered nearly all aspects of computer science research. The amazing thing was that all this research at that time was unclassified and the results were published. The results of that came out of an ARPA contracts rapidly changing the world of information technology. It is a very interesting story of how all the students that worked under the ARPA contracts have influenced the world of computing today. In March of 1969, all the ARPA principal scientists and the ARPA administrators, a total of about 50 people, met in Utah at the Rustler Lodge at Elda for their annual meeting. 2 students, Alan Kay and myself, were invited. Alan is best known for his ideas on laptop computing and object-oriented programming. At that meeting, all research and administrators agreed they needed much better communication between the various groups to share their results and research and results. They agreed to share the costs of setting up electronic communication lines between all the research centers. This set of communication lines and the communication protocols that were developed would be called the ARPANET. The ARPANET was the first version of the Internet. The decision to build the first version of the Internet happened in Utah in 1969, and Al Gore wasn't there. The initial communication speed of the Internet was 56 kilobytes. This was state of the art at the time, and those lines were very, very expensive. With the recent 5G network speeds, the current Internet is 90,000 times faster than the original network and covers the world. The third example of information technology change is about electronic memory. In 1969, internal computer memory was very small in capacity and very expensive. Typical memories were 65,000 bytes. The largest commercial random access device was a rotating drum called the Fastran, made by Sperry Rand Corporation. It had about 128 megabytes of storage. It weighed 5,000 pounds and cost $250,000 in 1969. This isn't a valid comparison, but the world's data capacity today, the storage in all the data centers of the world, is approximately 550 exabytes. Since most people are not familiar with what an exabyte is, it is 550 billion gigabytes. Represented another way, it is 550 followed by 18 zeros. It's almost equivalent to the number of grains of sand on the earth. All of you should think of today's online world as a gigantic, rapidly expanding deep lake of information and data. The explosive growth of accessible data over the last 15 years has unleashed the field of artificial intelligence. Things that we thought were impossible 15 years ago are now commonplace. These tools are getting better and better for searching and navigating the vast lake of knowledge and data. One of my favorite quotes while at the university came from a philosophy professor in the 1960s. His name was Waldemar Reed. He said, "Speed reading philosophy is like roller skating through the Louvre." At that time, with no information technology, that quote was funny and appropriate. Most of you probably use social media as an important way to communicate and get information from the internet today. I would change the quote to say, using social media to learn is like skipping a stone across the surface of the lake of knowledge. It's great fun, but never gets you below the surface. The moral is, dive deep to expand your knowledge base. Today is a very special moment in your life, but now that you have experienced a good education, it is your job to keep up and keep going. I would like you to remember one thing. The rest of your life is not a spectator sport. Your job in life is to be an active player, to make the world a better place. In this alarming world of the pandemic, we should look to the scientists, doctors, and nurses as role models of dedication, commitment, and humanity. We should look to the educators as the prime influences on our society. We should look to the innovators and the inventors and learn how they explore and deliver the future. Focus on how you can make a difference with your life. Again, congratulations. and I look forward to hearing and reading about all you will have done and accomplished. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Warnock. You are a true inspiration for our graduates, and we appreciate your advice for them as they enter the next phase of their lives. As you, the class of 2020, leave our campus, you will learn that you are part of our extended family. You are about to officially join the ranks of a distinguished University of Utah and Pac-12 alumni community. Our Alumni Association extends this welcome.
None of us ever thought we would be attending our class's commencement online, but I want you to know that there are nearly 300,000 University of Utah alumni across the globe who are supporting us as we join them as members of the U Alumni Global Community. On behalf of the Alumni Association and the Student Alumni Board, I offer each of you my sincerest congratulations on this great accomplishment. At most universities, to be members of their Alumni Association, you have to pay a membership fee. Until last year, the same was true here at Utah. Our class, however, the class of 2020, will be enrolled in the Alumni Association automatically, with no more dues. The U would like to maintain a relationship with us, and they don't want member fees to get in the way. Take advantage of your membership. Download the free Utah Alumni app. Learn about U online networking events and local alumni clubs. Enjoy benefits like U alumni discounts throughout the country, and reach out to fellow alums on Alumni Fire to get career advice and make connections. U alumni around the world want us, the class of 2020, to succeed and continue to grow the reputation of the U as a university on the rise. Congratulations again, and forever Utah.
We shall now proceed with the conferral of degrees, a moment for us to express our pleasure and pride in the achievements and successes of the class of 2020. We begin by acknowledging those receiving specialized and graduate degrees. In May, we will be granting specialized degrees to 92 students from the S.J. Quinney College of Law, 134 students from the School of Medicine, 60 students from the College of Pharmacy, and 46 students from the School of Dentistry. Now, David Kita, Dean of the Graduate School, will acknowledge the candidates for graduate degrees.
Graduate degrees recognize the highest level of academic achievement at the University of Utah. As graduate students, you have worked with faculty and staff to develop medical cures, to create new ways of understanding our shared human experience, and have traveled to the farthest corners of the universe to understand the nature of space and time. You have boldly gone where no person has gone before. The faculty of the graduate school has documented your achievements, and tonight we are recognizing you as our colleagues and as our peers. President Watkins, it is my honor and pleasure to present the candidates who are to receive doctoral and master's degrees this year. We are pleased to recognize these outstanding candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of the University of Utah by the people of Utah, acting through their representatives in the legislature and on the State Board of Regents, and on the recommendation of the faculty of the university and the university's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the doctoral degree or the master's degree for which you have qualified, which entitles you to all the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations, graduates. We have come to the moment the majority of you have been waiting for, the presentation of the candidates for bachelor's degrees. As we begin, I'd like to recognize our 6 Bennion Center Community Engaged Scholars, the 134 students who will receive the Undergraduate Research Scholars designation, and the 229 students graduating with university honors degrees. Congratulations to each of you.
Will the design thinkers, the community builders, the environmental caretakers, the candidates from the College of Architecture and Planning, please rise wherever you are, and with appropriate physical distancing, and be recognized by your loved ones. Thank you, graduates. We are proud of you, class of 2020.
With the entrepreneurial, innovative, and incredibly optimistic graduates of the David Eccles School of Business, please rise wherever you are and be recognized. You are the best. We know you have been through a lot. We are here for you. We hope we see you again at our graduation in December. We love you. Come back and see us.
Will the sly, scintillating, worth our perseverating, always cool cogitating, apathy obliterating activist students from the School for Cultural and Social Transformation, wherever you may be, rise and be recognized. So much love, everyone. We miss you so much. See you in December. Extremely proud of your accomplishments. I hope you are too.
Will the graduates of the college education, whose ingenuity, compassion, and dedication to educate and support all children, regardless of circumstance, please stand. And while you're at it, why don't you give yourself a pat on the back? You certainly deserve it, and you still maintain some good social distance. So on behalf of the college faculty and staff, I want to congratulate you, and I want to ask you to please stay in touch, and remember to go Utes and do good.
Will the candidates from the College of Engineering, who now join the ranks of our alumni, who developed personal publishing, computer animation, and the tools that enable us to study and work from home, please rise wherever you are and be recognized by your family and friends. I look forward to congratulating you in person at our convocation in December.
Will all the cultural explorers, the true innovators, those professional players, performers, and portrayers who tell our stories and of untold truths, who give voice to the voiceless and to our souls their art soothes, those whose passions bring us together and make us whole, and with their insightful work, our heartstrings and emotions they can control, awakening, inspiring, and deepening our humanity. And in times like these, they keep our sanity. And so, will all the amazing artists, actors, dancers, and movie makers, the musicians, art scholars, arts educators, art creators, and curators in the College of Fine Arts, please rise wherever you may be at this moment and be recognized. Thank you for all you've done and for what you'll go on to do. We look forward to seeing you back on campus. Thank you.
Will the candidates from the College of Health, whose careers will make an essential contribution to restoring the health and wellness of citizens in Utah and across our country, please stand wherever you may be and be recognized. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the college, we miss you terribly. We hope you and your family are doing well, and we can't wait to see you at our convocation ceremonies in December.
Candidates from the College of the Humanities, rise. You have traveled a strange path to your graduation, but now is your time. So poets and philosophers, linguists, journalists, and historians, rhetoricians and logicians, translators, persuaders, and creators. Madam President, I present to you the heart of the class of 2020, the graduates from the College of the Humanities. Please stand and be recognized. And please, everyone, stay well and come to join us in a live ceremony real soon.
Hello, everyone. Will the engineers, the scientists, and stewards of the earth,
The students of all time and length scales, of all forms of matter, all elements of the periodic table, the extremes of temperature and pressure and time, will the honorable candidates of the College of Mines and Earth Sciences please stand wherever you happen to be and be recognized. Thanks for everything you've done for our college. Congratulations to all of you. I hope we see you next fall when we get to meet in person. You may be seated.
In this year of the nurse and midwife, I invite the candidates from the College of Nursing who are now members of the most trusted, honest, and ethical profession as voted by the American public for 19 consecutive years, and first on the front lines in hospitals and clinics during this historic pandemic, to rise and be recognized. Graduates, I want to let you know how honored I am to be the dean at this time. I'm so proud of the work that you do and that you'll continue to do. And although we can't be together at this time, I look forward to you coming back in December and joining us for convocation at the College of Nursing. Thank you. And on behalf of all of us at the College of Nursing, go Utes.
College of Science graduates, take a break from developing the fundamental ideas which will help us address our current crisis. Mathematicians and scientists will lead the way in overcoming our current challenges. We need you. The world needs you. Stand up and be recognized. I'm so proud of all of you, and I can't wait to see what all of you will do. And I also can't wait to see you on campus sometime soon. Go Utah.
With the passionate individuals who will help us inspire solutions to the many challenges that face our world today, and whose help in building strong economies, working political institutions, clean environments, and good mental health that celebrate diversity and utilize the resources of families and other social relationships from the College of Social and Behavioral Science, please rise and be recognized wherever in the world that you are. We are so looking forward to celebrating with you in December.
Will the candidates from the College of Social Work, the fastest growing social service profession in the state of Utah and the nation, please rise. Social workers, you rock. We are so proud of you and all that you do. There's so many people in need today, so go out and conquer the world and uphold our values. And please remember, in all that you become and in all that you do, please be kind to people because it is people who make us who we are. Again, congratulations.
It is with pleasure that the university recognizes its undergraduates and welcomes those candidates into our alumni ranks and into the fellowship of well-educated people. By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of the University of Utah by the people of Utah, acting through their representatives in the legislature and on the State Board of Regents, and on the recommendation of the faculty of the university and the university's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the baccalaureate degree or certificate for which you have qualified, which entitles you to all the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Please accept our warmest congratulations. Graduates, I encourage you to attend your individual college convocations in December. They will provide the opportunity to gather in person and commemorate this great achievement with your peers, your friends, your family, and the faculty and staff who have supported you. Again, warmest congratulations to each of you. We wish you, the class of 2020, ongoing success and a future that exceeds what you have imagined. You have learned to think, to search, to find, to discover, and to invent, to push ahead in the most challenging of situations, and we can't wait to see what you achieve in the future. We now honor the graduates of 2020 as the Pride of Utah. The University of Utah Marching Band provides a rendition of the Utah Fight Song.
Congratulations to the University of Utah class of 2020. Hi, I'm Alex Smith, class of 2004. You guys have put in so much work to get here. All those late nights studying, countless hours in lecture halls and libraries, one too many meals in the Heritage Center. You guys deserve your congratulations, and you deserve to celebrate. So please celebrate in your own style, safely, and cheers to you, class of 2020. Have a great day.
Hello, I'm Governor Gary Herbert, and I want to offer my congratulations to the University of Utah class of 2020. Your graduation is an incredible accomplishment, and in these unique times, we celebrate your hard work. Utah's proud of all of you. Each of you are a powerful example of dedication and fortitude. I have no doubt that you will be able to achieve remarkable things in your lifetime. You crossed the finish line, and you did so at the most difficult and unprecedented time in Utah history. I encourage you to keep leading the way. We need you in order to have a bright future. So thank you, good luck, and go Utes!
Hi, this is Gunny and Katie Bowen from Utah Royals. We just wanted to congratulate you guys on your graduation. We want you to stay safe out there and wish you luck in the next chapter of your life, whatever that may be. See you later. See ya.
Hello, class of 2020. It's fellow University of Utah graduate and Salt Lake City Mayor Erin Mendenhall. I'm sure this wasn't the graduation that any of you anticipated when you started your studies, but I want you to know how proud I am of you. It is no small feat to accomplish your degree, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Please celebrate this moment now and know that Salt Lake City has got your back. We're excited for you, and congratulations.
Just a little message to say congratulations to all of you for graduating. We know that it's probably not the same from home, but the accomplishment is still the same, and I'm sure you guys all have a bright future ahead of you. So stay positive, enjoy, and congrats again.
Hey, it's Holly Rowe. You might know me from ESPN. Congratulations to all of our 2020 youths that are graduating. I know it's a weird time, but have great perseverance, great resilience, and get out there and compete. The future is yours. Go grab it. Congratulations.
University of Utah graduates 2020. Sorry you cannot walk across the stage, but I want to congratulate you and say congratulations for graduating. For 4 or 5 or some of y'all 6 years that it's taking you to graduate, but no one can take that away. Not COVID-19, not anything. Congratulations, University of Utah, graduating class of 2020. Go Utes!
Hey, University of Utah class of 2020. You guys are awesome. Just wanted to say congratulations on your incredible accomplishments. Even more incredible given these tough times that we're going through. Proud of you all. Go Utes!
Class of 2020, it's fellow Ute Gina Barberi from Radio from Hell on X96, and we are all so proud of you guys. An amazing accomplishment that you've done in pretty scary times, and you did it! Look at you go! Go out and make your mark. It's time. You've earned it. You're strong. You're smart. We're proud of you, but most of all, be proud of yourself. Look at what you've done. Congratulations. Go Utes!
Hey guys, it's Coach Christowiak, University of Utah men's basketball coach. I would like to congratulate the 8,628 graduates that we have in the 2020 class. Just wanted to wish you all the very best and let you know we are with you. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. And go kill it at the next level, and you make us very proud. I'd like to thank you, and go Utes!
Hi everybody, Tom Farden here, University of Utah gymnastics coach, wanting to wish all of our 2020 graduates a very special congratulations on your very big day. My only words of wisdom to you guys is to remind you that in life, it's often a game of chess and not checkers. Good luck to each and every one of you, proud of your accomplishments, and as always, go Utes!
Hey U of U, class of 2020, this is Luis Silva, professional MLS soccer player. Mamba and I want to congratulate you on your hard work. I know it's been a tough past couple of months, so that's why I want to personally congratulate you on your success. Be proud, be strong, wish you the best. Go Utah!
Hello, large brain graduates of the University of Utah. Utah,
That reminds me of the time I got into a 5-hour fisticuffs with a group of very disagreeable grizzly bears and knocked down 2,000 acres of trees, which later became Snowbird Ski Resort. You're welcome. But on to the matter at hand. To congratulate you on your scholastic achievement today, I will now proceed to offer you the highest collegiate honor I can bestow. Textbook monocle smile.
This concludes the 151st Annual Commencement and Conferral of all certificates and degrees by the University of Utah. Thank you for joining us, and stay safe.